Hello everybody there in internet land and my friendly fellow marketers and anybody that wants to get a free image manipulation program. Evidently it's not a good idea to play with pirated copies of Photoshop. We don't encourage that sort of activity, so you'd need an image manipulation program that is capable of doing all sorts of groovy effects and making things look extremely smart and professional. You can download from this website, sourceforge.net/projects/gimp-win. That is if you're on a Windows machine. Gimp-win, and that will bring you to this page. Evidently you can just click the big green download button and let it download. So there you go. It takes you to another page full of things that you can click on, but you really ought not to click on them. You should just let the page download. In actual fact, I'm just going to bring you down here so you can see in the bottom corner of my screen the GIMP partly is downloading. It's actually not such a huge file. It takes a couple of minutes to download, depending on the speed of your internet connection, obviously. And so that's the simplicity of getting it downloaded. Once it is downloaded, I'll show all the downloads. I'm in Google Chrome, by the way, just so you can see. And I'm just going to hold this one because I've already downloaded the same thing, which is why it's got the #1 version. And we can just click on the link once it's finished to actually set it up. So there you go. It'll ask you, do you want to run this file? My computer's in French, so there you go. I translated it for you. And you have to tell it yes. So then that gets it installing. And once it's installing, we'll let it do that. It will have a look and see if there's already a version of the GIMP program actually already installed, and it will try to uninstall it. I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but I'll just keep recording. Hopefully it's just asking me to verify that I actually want to run this program. So I'm not sure if you saw all that. It's just the old Windows user verification. Then you can choose the language. If you're not an English speaker, you can have any language you want. You have to verify the execution of the program, evidently. In fact, I think I've got 2 of them running, so I'm just going back to having 1. Yes, it took a little second to start actually doing the setup, so I'm just going to take all this away. There we go. There we go. So we get the GIMP setup page, and we can click on install. So there we go. We're just going to run it through. Only takes a couple of minutes. I'll run you through it step by step. It will look for a previous version, and it will extract and uninstall if necessary. There we go, doing a little run. So perhaps I'll just pause it here for a second whilst it does all the extraction. You don't have to wait for that. Back in a second. Alright, so then it's finished the setup, and you can just click finish to let it do what it's doing. Alright, so once that's done, you'll have somewhere sitting on your rather crowded and difficult to read desktop, like most of us do, the shortcut to the program. But here I'm just going to pop into there you go, the GIMP. I skipped past it. So we're going to launch it. Now it's an interesting program in the fact that it launches in several windows. So I'll try to give you the details on all of that. Here, I'm just going to move it up here, and It's decided to put itself in French because my computer is a French computer. But don't worry about that. We can fix that in a minute. So we're just going to let it load. So here's the interface. Once it's loaded, it comes in this. This is the basic interface, the big window here. And it's got a floating box of tools with all sorts of things in it that we can move around. If you just put your mouse over any one of the tools, it'll give you a little hint as to what it's doing. It's got selection tools and magic wands and color selection and moving items and all sorts, so you can just go and have a look at there. Bucket tools and gradients and correction of putty effects and pimples on people's noses and all that sort of good stuff. But the thing that's a little bit different is there's nothing to paint on in here. So the first thing you have to do is go into File and New Image. I'll try and keep it in English for you. And here you decide how many pixels, or if you want to play in centimeters, for example, you can decide how many centimeters your image is going to be, but if you're working on the web, you'll want to know how many pixels it is. So let's say we're going to do a little image. We're going to make it 640 by 400, and then we would just start it. So there in the image window, you have the sort of ruler along the top here that shows you how many pixels precisely your image is, and the same ruler down the side. And I'll just show you very rapidly some of the simple tools that are available. Here's a little text. Let's say you want to do a banner tool and you want to put in like sign up here, for example. Sign up here, there you go. So you can choose the type of image that it is, whether it's bold or not, etc. And evidently the size in pica of the text, or you can have it in inches, millimeters, pixels, etc. You can define all of that straight away. Let's see what would be sensible. Here's the window, which allows you to move the text where you want it, basically. And so if I selected all this, we can have it in bold, we can make it bigger. That's super big. Sign up here. Would be better if I didn't have a capital I. And there we go. So sign up here, and then we can just use the move tool to move up where we want. And then we could use the bucket tool, or let's have an idea. If I use this tool to select the magic wand, select everything that isn't the text, and then we just use the bucket tool and we can fill this with let's say there you go, a warning fill, sign up here. Yes, not very nice. Can't hardly read the writing because it's all black. So what we can do is we can go in to do a Control Z to undo what it was that we just did, for example. Anyway, it was basically to show you how to install it. It's very easy. When you go through the tools, you'll be able to find out what you can do with it, and I'll give you some insights on the use of particular tools in the next video. Alright then, well, thanks for watching and have fun with the GIMP.